All right. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I think today's Thursday. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday? Today's Thursday. And what I'm going to talk about just for several minutes here, 5-10 minutes maybe. I got an email, and this is it's in response to Willie McPeters. He's one of the channel followers. And he asked Willie, and this is really for you, Willie McPeters. You asked me if David's laundering money. Absolutely, through real estate. How is he doing it? He's doing it by basically, he's got 3 different tax ID numbers, everybody. That's how he's doing this. He's hiding behind these tax ID numbers, confusing the fuck out of the IRS. That's why he has all these tax numbers, okay? This is the only reason he would do this. I've asked numerous other churches how many times have they changed their name to a different tax ID number or anything? Never. None. Kenneth Copeland, Jesse Duplantis, these guys never did. With all the bullshit that Kenneth Copeland's been through and Jesse Duplantis and Mike Murdoch, these guys never changed their name. But David has. Why would somebody want to do that? Why would somebody like David want to change their name so many times, get different tax ID numbers, move them in and out, and why? To launder money. That's the only other reason. So here, Willie McPeters, big shout out to you. Thanks for reaching out to me and asking questions. Big shout out to all you guys, really. All the subscribers out there. Thank you for following this. And Willie McPeters is onto something here. How the fuck is nobody seeing this? There's a lot of red flags going on here, you guys. No doubt. With David's little, well, not little, but all these matching purchases, you guys don't think that's raising red flags with people? Goddamn right it is. Who? I don't know, but it's raising fucking red flags because nobody in that short amount of time buys up that many properties worth that much money. Right? And technically, the house down in Florida that David just bought, that the cult just bought, is bigger than Kenneth Copeland's. So David's trying to get himself above Kenneth Copeland, Jesse Duplantis, Mike Murdoch, all these other just fucking piece of shit scammy preachers, right? They're no doubt laundering money too. Mike Murdoch, Kenneth Copeland, all those motherfuckers are. They're all laundering money, right? And the government lets them get away with it. Why? Because the church is the government's little fucking personal cookie jar. All right? So Willie McPeters, these are fraud forms. Right. 13909, okay. Revised 2016, tax exempt organization complaint referral. And this is also information referral. These are fraud forms to the IRS. And you guys know I mail these out every week because David is laundering money. Why the fuck hasn't he filed his goddamn taxes? I gotta fucking file mine every year on the fucking spot. On the fucking dot. If not, IRS either knocks on my door, gives me a phone call, says, "Oh, excuse me, Mr. Full Frontal, why haven't you paid your taxes?" You know, you got fuckers like David here, just totally dodging the IRS. Willie McPeters, that's how he's laundering money through real estate. Willie McPeters, this is their new tax ID number, 850766107. The name of that organization is Marvels in America World Healing, which is registered to a house they no longer own, okay? This is what's going on, dude. And Willie McPeters, when I told you to look at my community post, now you see what's going on. They are no doubt laundering money through real estate. And at the end of the day, when this housing market pops, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they lose a couple of these houses. I know the residential center's in Michelle's name. You can look on the county appraisal district, anyone. Any of the believers in this cult, dude, this is not lies. David's using your money to fucking buy these houses. If you don't believe me, look. All the information's there. Michelle's name is on the TIM page on the residential center. Michelle, you're now complicit in the whole fucking money laundering scheme, you dumbass. I think it's great, Michelle. So what I do, Willie McPeters, see this? This is Michelle Brandon's fraud report, right? Okay. Michelle Brandon. This is hers. And here's David's. This is David's right here. Here's David's name, all his information. His social's even on here because whoever built the David E. Taylor website where it exposes him, somebody left their social security number on there. So I put it on this tax ID fraud form, That way the IRS can identify who the sack of shit is. A lot easier to identify somebody with a social security number than a tax ID number. So that was Willie McPeters. This is why I do this, man. I'd be fucking hemmed up if I was laundering money, dude. We got to start somewhere with the lowest hanging fruit, right? David is technically it. He is laundering money. You're right on it. And with all the mansion purchases and everything you're seeing, why does one church have so many mansions in their name? They have three of the mansions are in their name. Four of the properties are in their name. All four of them are in the name except for the residential center, which is in Michelle's. All the other properties are listed to Kingdom of God Global Church. So, as far as I know, a church is only allowed to have one property exemption. But for some reason, the fucking cult's buying up every goddamn mansion in the Wildwood area in Westwood. For what reason? Who fucking knows? Who knows? I mean, the mansion they just purchased, Nellie's mansion, it needs a lot of work, guys. I've already looked into it. I've sent that information out into the real world to real contractors to find out what it would cost for that house to get fixed. And you guys, it's a bit of money. David, Joseph, Michelle, it's going to cost, you're probably looking at around 1.5 to 2 million to fix that place up. You guys pay for it about nine something, 980. What it's worth 1.8. So you're going to drop another 2 million into it by the time it's done. So you guys will end up paying close to about 3 to 4 million for a house that could be worth 5 to 6. So that's a money pit. Technically, I mean, in reality, it really is. I don't even know why you guys bought it. It's the fucking dumbest idea you guys could have done, really. But with David, there's no such thing as a dumb idea because he has all these yes men sitting around saying, "Oh yeah, this is a wonderful idea, Apostle. You should go ahead and do this. Go ahead and buy this house, even though it's a shithole. We'll just beg the donors for money to go ahead and fix it up, and then fucking put the house in our name when we're done with it. And then, oh, nope, we didn't take any money from these guys because these houses are in David E. Taylor, Michelle. Who knows what other houses are going to go in church members' names? So again, anybody that's donating to this sack of shit, don't do it. Don't do it because he's laundering your fucking money. He is laundering your money through real estate very effectively. This man can not get a bank loan, all right? What does that tell you? The fact that David, all right, or whatever, whoever's running the shit show right now, Michelle, they had to actually go through a fucking loan shark, guys, down in Florida. Yanel Devico, that's the name of this sack of shit. Running a fucking corrupt-ass financial firm. He's already been in court for fucking real estate fraud and some other bullshit. So it makes it perfectly befitting that David used this sack of shit Yanel Devico, right? Which is Crosby Capital USA. Down in, I think it's Palm Beach or Tampa Beach, Florida. They pull this loan from the shady real estate, this financial firm, right? And it is a financial firm. But you have to check this out. This is how I know he's laundering money. You have to sign an NDA to get a response from this financial firm. Any bank that asks anybody to sign an NDA prior to doing business, you probably shouldn't be banking with them, okay? Because it's probably a shady fucking firm like David is dealing with, all right? And that information I didn't find. Who found that information about Crosby Capital is the lady who wrote the article about David purchasing the $8.3 million mansion down in Florida, because said in that article, hey, this cult, it's not a fucking church, all right? Let's be clear on that, everybody. It's a fucking cult. The author of that wrote, hey, this cult also secured a loan from Crosby Capital USA for $4.9 million. You don't hear of these people getting a secured bank loan from a regular bank, right? No. Why? Because Crosby Capital USA deals with high-risk investments, which David is no doubt a fucking high-risk investment. Crosby Capital is going to win on this one. Guaranteed. They're going to win. That's a high-interest rate loan. So David, he's using a shady, Willie McPeters, he's using the shady real estate firm to push his money through. And Yanel Devico, okay, check this out, everybody. Yanel Devico is 1% shareholder of this company. And again, mom is over in Morocco, who's 99% shareholder. Let's put 2 and 2 together here, right? So David's using this this financial firm. They get the loan, $4.9 million, so which tells me they didn't actually have the running capital to buy this mansion down in Florida. Either that or they had to put up a lot of other assets to get it, which would make sense. But again, what assets do they have? Cars, houses? They probably don't have much liquid assets like money. But we don't know that because David hasn't filed, right? So I urge everybody, right, to file these fraud reforms and get them to the fucking IRS, man. Make them accountable. Hold them accountable. We're accountable. If this was me, if the shoe was on the other fucking foot and I was doing the same shit David did, you guarantee I'd be in fucking prison. No judge, no jury, straight to the fucking cell. But David, being what he is, a fucking lying prophet, he is none of the stuff he says he's going to do is going to happen. The Amway Arena, I just put that video up about the Amway Arena happening in 2020. We're 4 years later now. What the fuck, David? So you totally stealing from your followers, and you are trafficking people. And again, guys, check this out. There doesn't have to be sex involved with trafficking. It can be labor trafficking, okay? Which is exactly what the fuck you're doing, David. And I know it. I know for sure you put people in there to fucking work them. That's it. That is your main goal with this cult. Yeah, there is some sort of sexual component to it, but it doesn't have to do with the trafficking part. It's the labor part. David, no doubt, is a fucking chauvinist pig and will sleep with anything with a hole in a heartbeat, basically, okay? But it is a sex cult, okay? But sex trafficking, no. Human trafficking, yes. Labor trafficking, yes. Forced labor, absolutely. Because David makes these people so fucking dependent that they have nothing to do but work for him. And I'm saying this with the fucking firm heart, too, because of the stories that we've got out of this place. It is a fucking labor cult, okay? And people are trafficked in and never fucking heard from again, some of them. No lies, guys. There's people that have been trafficked in and haven't been heard from. Not lying to you about this. Parents haven't heard from their fucking kids. So a lot of shit's going on here. The money laundering is part of the deal. It's part of the crime. So yeah, Willie McPeters, there's definitely money laundering going on because David doesn't file his taxes. All while pushing around IRS numbers. He's got 811-95992. He's got 331174241, which is JMMI. And then he's got the new one, which is 850766107. 3 different tax ID numbers for one organization. Yeah, they're fucking laundering money. And it even says, check this out, Willie McPeters. Check it out what it has right here. Line B of information referral, multiple filings. Look at that. Multiple filings, I would believe, is multiple tax ID numbers that they're filing against. I'll look it up, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the definition. So, yes, I do believe 100% they are laundering money through the real estate. They could probably be doing it some other ways. David's also running love scams, you know. The cult is pulling in money from somewhere. Still have some theories that David could be sick or dead, but we don't know that because we haven't seen his dumbass in almost half a year. I do know he does have some underlying health problems, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, knowing about that, yeah, that's heavy. Yeah, okay. The underlying health issues, you know, possibly either that or maybe fucking COVID took him down and put him down real hard. I don't know, but we haven't seen him. So hopefully July 22nd and 23rd, we're going to see him. But there's a lot of us in here that absolutely think we will not see him. If we do, we'll be very surprised. But I honestly think some of us do. We're not going to see his dumbass because he's really sick. So Willie McPeters, this one was for you, really, brother. This is how he's moving his money around. Through real estate. Through the cars. Through all it. Like 20 cars, bro. That's a way to move assets around. Okay, I know at one time he wasn't paying insurance on all the cars. So some of those cars probably don't even have valid insurance on them. Right? Okay. I know it was hot plating cars, which means switching plates. Shit like that. A lot of really fucked up shit goes on here. But they are laundering money. And that's why I file fraud against them, guys. Because they're laundering money. I don't get away with it. Why should they? I pay my fucking taxes too. They don't, but they fucking get away with it? How does that work? That's like a double standard. Hey, all the little people got to pay their taxes, you know, and when they fuck up, we're going to fuck them over. But hey, let's go ahead and let's not worry about these guys over here that are laundering hundreds of millions of dollars. Hey, let's not worry about them because we're going to use those guys as our own personal little cookie jar and dip in every so often when we need them, when we need some money. That's kind of going to be it. Just wanted to throw that up for you guys. How David's laundering money. Pretty plain and fucking clear when you see all the purchases they've done in the last couple of years, guys. It's right there out in the open for us to see. So, you guys got any questions, comments, concerns? Please leave them below. But David, you are laundering money.